Hey, what's up, Closer Nation? I'm back in front of the whiteboard again. I'm going to try to do these once a week. And when I say try, I'm not always home. Sometimes I'm on the road, so I won't be able to always release when I can't make that commitment to you yet, right? This is just me being real with you. But I'm going to do my best to make sure that I can get a video like this to you every single week. All I ask in return is that you share it on Facebook, you share it with your sales teams, share it with your other fellow salespeople in the groups that you belong to. Put it on the Twitterer. If you're on YouTube watching this, make sure you share it on LinkedIn. Just like help me spread the word. That's all I'm asking. I'm going to keep bringing you this wholesome, shitty, scribbly, handwriting, chicken scratch goodness. And all I ask is for you to just share it in return. So today, let's talk about the funnel. That's a word that you probably hear a lot. I'm going to take credit for really bringing that term into the sales trainer realm. And I look at myself as more of a marketing, advertising, funnel expert than really a sales trainer. But I believe that that's what modern sales is. It's about the funnel and it's about the process that's going on online. So really, I was one of the first sales trainers, if not the first, to say, hey, you've got to have this funnel. There's been a lot of people out there at this point who have copied that I've taught, who have copied my style, and that's awesome. That what is it? Imitations is the most sincere form of flattery. That's awesome. And so you've probably heard this a lot, but I want to talk to you about like the true funnel, because a lot of you hear something and you're just like, what was that episode of Friends where he was like, he had a nubbin, a triple nipple, right? And he was like, what the hell is a nubbin? He's like, I don't know. You hear a word, you see something, you put an association to it. The next thing you know, you got a nubbin, right? It's like the same thing with funnel, I think, happens to a lot of people, is they just hear the word funnel. They don't really know what that means. But a lot of us don't want to look stupid in front of other people. So we're like, yeah, man, funnels. 2 thumbs up for funnels, right? And they have no clue. So let me explain. Here's a funnel, right? Like nice drawing right here. And so let's think of a funnel as a process. So a funnel up top has a really big opening, like my fine drawing here. And the liquid comes through and it fits into a smaller, basically takes a big amount of liquid and conforms it into a concise little area that drops in. You've seen a fucking funnel work. Anyway, so this is a funnel. Well, think of it this way. At the top of the funnel right here is maybe you're watching this video. This is a funnel for me. I'm just like being transparent with you. I'm hoping that you'll click the link next to this and possibly get a free copy of my book or join us in Break Free Academy Entourage, just full disclosure. And that's my business. That's what I do here. So it's the video view. And some of you are going to watch this video and you're going to decide to bounce. And that's cool. You're out of here, right? You decide that this isn't for you. You don't like it or whatever the case. And that's cool. But some of you are going to make the decision to go a little bit deeper in the funnel and you're going to click a link. And so then you're going to click the link and then you're going to watch maybe a video where I say you can get my free book or whatever the case it is that we decide to put next to this video. And some of you, after watching the video, are going to decide that you're going to go deeper. You're going to enter your information and tell us where to ship that book, right? And at that point, you become an opt-in. And then out the bottom of the funnel, woo, look at that chicken scratch. And out the bottom of the funnel, so you become an opt-in when you give your name, email address, and phone number. And out the bottom, you might buy something, right? Once you get the book for free, there's an offer to join us in the Break Free Academy Entourage, which is the best sales and internet marketing program on the planet. I'll put my name on that. Oh, wait, I already did, right? And so we put the whole house, no kangaroos, right? We put the whole house on the shit. But so at that point, we got a buyer. The sales funnel was designed for you to watch a video, for you to click a link, for you to decide that click that link, for you to decide to enter your information and then ultimately make the decision around buying. And so here's modern selling. It's all based around this funnel right here in this process, but let me walk you through step by step. You're probably looking at all these arrows and stuff going, holy heck, Batman, what in the world? Let me just break it down to you. There's all this chicken scratch actually means something that's rather easy to understand. So let's say that the tip of this funnel right here is a Facebook post. You're probably watching this on a Facebook post right now. And so this is the beginning of the funnel. There's a video on a Facebook post that you're watching. What happens is, if you decide to click the link on this Facebook post, you're going to go to something called a landing page. That's the arrow. That's the second page. You see, all websites are, whether they be Facebook, Twitter, a WordPress, lead pages, ClickFunnels, anything that you decide to choose, all websites are just one page after another. It's like basically having a book. And so when you're reading a book, you turn the page of the book, you go to the next page, they're all interconnected, right? That's all each little page on the internet is. They're just little pages, Word documents with some fancy graphics that tie into each other. And so the first thing you're going to see is this Facebook post. And then what happens is you click the link on a Facebook post. The next thing that happens is, and yes, I do realize the irony of me actually asking you to do what I'm showing. Anyway, bear with me. Then you're going to hit a landing page. Well, on the landing page, it's like, so let's say at the top of your funnel, you're like, come on down to Ryan Stewman's Ford dealership where we've got the lowest deals on Mustangs, the lowest prices on Mustangs ever. If you want a low price on a Mustang, come down to Ryan Stewman's Ford. And they click the link because they want a low price on a Mustang. And then they wind up right here on the landing page, and the landing page, thank you for showing interest in a Ford Mustang. Now, we pride ourselves on Ford Mustangs. We make them fast. We make them tiny. You can get the old rub and tug from the passenger seat with the right one, right? So, like, they got you, like, this whole thing, and it says, if you'd like the lowest price on a Mustang, give us your name, email address, and phone number. We'll send you the invoice of the cheapest one we've got sitting on our lot right now. So the customer at that point on the landing page decides, like, dude, they're going to send me the invoice of the cheapest Mustang they have on the lot. Okay, I'll bite. And so they go through the landing page. What happens there is they go to a thank you page, which is another, like I said, just another page. That's why they use that term, by the way. But to the thank you page, which basically says, okay, we got your information. We thank you for showing interest in what we're doing here. By the way, here's that invoice we promised you, or maybe the invoice is in the email or whatever the case. And it may even be just a direct page to the invoice. There's a lot of different ways you can spin that. But the bottom line is like the landing page says, hey, here's some, if you'll give us your information, we'll give you something in exchange for it. The thank you page says, hey, thanks for giving us your information. Here's exactly what you asked for. And then after they click on the thank you page, what I generally do is send them back to Facebook. I call this the Ferris wheel, right? Because it's basically they're going through one little revolving way. So they start on Facebook, they go through a landing page, a thank you page, they wind up back on Facebook. If I'm running an ad on Facebook, which I do a lot of advertising on Facebook. I spent $14,000 last month, which to some of you may seem like a lot. To some of you it's not. It's actually a slow month for us on ad spend. But I do invest a lot of money into Facebook. In my own personal opinion, that's a lot of money. And so when I run ads on Facebook, we do that same process. It's like we start you on Facebook, you see an advertisement, you watch a video, go through a landing page, go through a thank you page, and then we drop you right back off on Facebook because I want, for especially the people that don't know and aren't regular hardcore closer fans, don't belong to the Closer Nation, maybe it's their first time, you know, the virgin fans, if there are any of those out there. But you know, I want them to feel like they got dropped, like it was meant to be. They got dropped off where they started. They're like, oh, well, this must be good because he took us right back to Facebook instead of trying to keep us somewhere else. So here's this. What happens when they go to the landing page, though, and they decide not to opt in? They never see this thank you page. Well, guess what? Facebook allows you to do some pretty cool stuff called retargeting. And we talk about this at breakfreeacademy.com/entourage. You can go through and get our program and all that stuff. But you can basically put some JavaScript code, just real easy, copy and paste and drop on your program. And then you can run an ad to everybody that landed here but didn't opt in. So think about this. When your sales process, somebody sees a video, somebody goes to the thank you page and they decide to bounce. Well, when they bounce, the ad down here is like, hey man, we know you bounced. Here's some really cool stuff. You don't have to be like that. Just come back and hang out with us, man. We see you over there. You don't have to bounce on us, man. What we do wrong, right? So it's just basically an ad like that. What happens is this ad's trying to drive them back to opt in so they get back over to this thank you page, right? That's the whole purpose of this retargeting ad. Once we get them on the thank you page, we run another follow-up ad to them. Or maybe they get a separate email. And that basically, that follow-up ad says, hey, thanks, we got your stuff. We just want to let you know that this is still available for you. Right? And what happens from there, or maybe the follow-up is, hey, we just want to let you know we got your information. Be on the lookout for one of our sales representatives to reach out for you. And that's exactly what happens. When somebody's gone through this entire process, they've gone through the top of the funnel and come out the bottom, and you finally get on the phone with them, you finally get through the emails with them, you finally on the DM with them, you're finally sending videos to them or iChatting or whatever it is that you're doing, that's a qualified lead. And guess what? This thing right here, this Facebook post in this example, now this could be an ad on any of the Google network, it could be an ad on MSNBC, Yahoo, it doesn't matter. It's all the same process no matter what website it's on. I just use Facebook for this example because that's probably where you're watching this. But you just think about this Facebook post right here. This is your cold call. This is your cold caller right here. All day long, this thing's dialing in front of people. Hey, here's my pitch. Hey, here's my pitch. Hey, here's my pitch. And the people that say, hey, I like your pitch, I want to know more about it, he's saying, go over to this page. This advertisement is doing cold calls for you all day long. You're not having to deal with rejection. This advertisement doesn't have any emotion. This thing doesn't get upset when somebody tells it to piss off or any of that stuff. It just does its job and puts itself in front of people all day long, putting the offer. And we know that if we get in front of enough people, eventually somebody's going to buy our stuff because there's an ask for every seat. Let's just be real. So you think about this modern sales process. If you're not doing this, here's what should scare the hell out of you. This is really simple. Like, you should see the stuff that we have set up at hardcorecloser.com for our sales process. This is pretty damn simple if you think about it. But if this confuses you and you don't understand this, or even if you're knocking it going, you don't have to do all this in my industry, you should be scared to death after watching this video, because the youngsters, the people younger than me, they get this stuff way better than I do, right? The people that are coming up, I've got a few guys that work for me on my tech team, they understand this stuff way better, and they're 10, 15 years younger than I am. I'm telling you, this is the future. Huge companies like Bank of America, Quicken, Yahoo, Microsoft, Google, these are the processes they use to draw people in and sell through them. And you think about it, you might be selling cars, you might be selling solar, you might be selling plumbing, you might be selling legal services or multi-level marketing or real estate or whatever the case may be. This applies to all of that. And guess what? If you don't embrace this and become the first one, or at least jump on the bandwagon, what's going to happen is you're going to get passed up. Because the people that do understand this, they're joining that industry. The giants are doing it. That means that it's not something that's like out of the box gray area stuff. Procter & Gamble spends $200 billion a year just on digital advertising with this exact same process. They're the largest advertiser in the world, and this is where they spend their money on, this exact same process. And it gets so much deeper. So if this is confusing to you, that's a good thing. Now you're awake that something else exists. But you got to get to breakfreeacademy.com/entourage and learn this stuff, or you're going to be left behind by those who did. And I don't say that to be oh, it's the end of the world. You got about another good 5 years, but wouldn't you rather be ahead of the curve than behind it? So, hey, if you enjoyed this, if you learned something from it, if you're already doing this, post some links to your funnels down below. That'd be really cool. I like to see what kind of sales stuff that you guys have done. And again, go over to breakfreeacademy.com/entourage. Join up. We'll give you a bunch of cool bonuses. I think we're giving away like $3,000 worth of bonuses and stuff like that as well. So make sure you get all signed up, and better get your first funnel built, or somebody's going to build one and be taking your leads. Be stealing your leads. All right, later.